Hi Cuxton, welcome to another Friday Assembly, and I'm going to start you off this week by showing you some pictures. So in the next few seconds you're going to see some pictures, and I want you to decide what you think this week's assembly is about based on those pictures. Here they come. Okay, so those were the pictures. I wonder what you guessed, what you talked about. I wonder if you guessed correctly. This week's assembly is all about the British value of rule of law. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of time to either think or talk. What do you think that value, rule of law, actually means? Off you go. So, rule of law, I wonder if you talked or thought about the idea that it means that everybody, no matter who they are, no matter what their job, what their role, what their age, what their gender or anything else, everybody has to follow the rules, has to follow the law. And in Britain, like in many countries in the world, there are lots and lots of laws that we have to follow, and everybody, so it is fair, should be following them in the same way. Now, in that image you've just seen, that was a photo of a big board that we've got up in the school hall. And unfortunately, because of COVID and all the measures we've had to put in place, we still haven't been able to have a whole school assembly yet in that hall and look at that board and discuss that board together. But they're all around the school in your classrooms as well. And that picture that you just saw was a picture of the rights that, with the help of Pupil Parliament, we introduced probably right back in March time, just before the very first lockdown last year. And they are the rights that we have at school. We don't talk about rules here, we talk about rights. And here at Cuxton you have the right for everyone to be respected and for you to respect everybody. The right where you allow yourself and everybody else to learn, and the right for yourself to be kept safe and for others to be kept safe too. And those are the three rights that we talk about when we're talking to you about things that you should and shouldn't be doing. Now, those rights are very much like our rule of law at school. And what I would like you to do for a moment, if you are at home already, or even if you're in school at the moment watching this assembly, is if those are our rights or our rules that we have in school, what do you think the rules are that you have at home? I'll give you a bit of thinking or talking time now. Okay, so you've probably thought or talked about all sorts of rules that you have at home. One of the rules that we have in my house is you're not allowed to turn the telly over when Manchester United are on. That's a really important rule in my house. I'm going to show you a video now, which is some children talking to a couple of other people about the rule of law and how that works in their school, but also really importantly about how the rule of law works as a set of laws in Britain, in our country. So I'll leave you to watch the first part of that video, and then I'll come back to you with a question or two, and then watch the second half. Here it comes.
At Chase Bridge, we follow these rules:
Kind,
polite,
safe,
hardworking,
and sensible. If we do something good, we get these cool green cards.
If we do something bad, we get these horrible red cards. Wouldn't it be great without any rules?
No, not really, because we wouldn't really get any work done and it'd be really dangerous.
The best person to ask about rules is our head teacher, Mr. King.
Why do we have rules in school?
Some of it is about making sure everybody's able to stay safe, so we don't have accidents. If there weren't any rules, I think I'd start to feel a bit worried, a little bit unsafe that anybody could just do anything. Why else do you think we have rules?
If we didn't have rules in school, school wouldn't really be like school, would just be like a place to just go and like just do nothing really. And you won't get any work done.
What are the three things we talk about in our school?
Have fun,
Yeah.
learn, and
Respect others.
Care for others is the other key thing and I think that's equally important. And if we didn't have any rules, then of course it would just be chaos. And that might seem fun for about 10 seconds, and then it just isn't anymore.
we're off to see someone who knows all about laws, a judge, to find out more.
I want to find out if he finds any rules unfair. I love how it has lots of tiny details on it.
Yeah, it looks like something from Harry Potter. Hi, I'm Daniel.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Amelie.
Lovely to meet you as well.
Why are rules or laws important?
If we don't know what the rules are, then everyone will be doing their own thing. And I need to know what I can do and what I can't do.
What do judges do?
The one area is where people have broken the criminal law. The job of the judge, and sometimes the jury, is to decide whether they actually have broken the law, whether they are guilty or not guilty. And in criminal cases, the judge then also has to decide what sentence they're going to receive.
A sentence is the punishment a judge decides must be given to a person who is found guilty of breaking the law.
Do you ever think it's okay to break a law if you feel that it's unfair?
You cannot break the rules because there are consequences. Now, what the consequences are, of course, depends on what you've done and how bad it is. But if you hurt someone else, then there's going to be consequences.
So the judge thinks it's never right to break the law, but what about if the law is unfair?
Great question. So, what about if the law is unfair? Is that okay for you to break the rules then, to break the rule of law if you don't think it's fair? I'm going to give you a bit of thinking or talking time again and see if you think that is okay. And if so, what laws might it be okay for you to break? Okay, so in that time you just had, maybe you've come up with an answer, maybe you've come up with the answer that no, it's never okay to break the law. It's there for everyone to follow and it's fair that everybody does that. Or you might have decided that, yeah, there might be an occasion where it's okay to break the law. And you might have a very specific example. I'm going to show you the second part of the video now where they will go through a really good example of how there are occasions, and they give you a nice example of one where it has been okay for laws to be broken.
In some parts of America, there used to be a law that black people had to give up their bus seats if there was nowhere for a white person to sit. In 1955, a black woman, Rosa Parks, refused to move and was arrested. But mainly because of her protest, the law was changed. I wonder what the judge thinks about Rosa's actions.
Rosa Parks, she felt that it was unfair and she broke the law.
And this is a very difficult area, isn't it? And where people feel injustice, they can seek the law be changed. But that's not for judges. Our role is to say this is the law and these are the consequences if you cross lines.
What's good about our laws?
Well, our laws haven't happened in a day. I mean, our laws have developed over hundreds and hundreds of years. And the world looks at us and they see a system which is fair and a system that works. When law stops working, then life becomes miserable.
I think the rule of law is a key part of our lives, because if we don't have a rule of law, so if we don't have any law, it'll just be a bunch of chaos, then no one would really be happy.
The rule of law is basically what keeps our society together and what helps us live a happy life.
Okay, so I think the children in that video have given a really, really good explanation of why rules are important at school, and they found out from that judge why rules are really important in our country as well. And I hope that you agree that it's those rules that allow us to be safe outside but also inside of school as well. Now, I will leave you there as always, it's Friday, we're coming into the weekend, so I hope you have a really fantastic weekend at home with your families or whatever it is that you're able to do over the weekend. And I will see you all soon. Stay safe and have fun, Cuxton. Bye bye.